judge. There's no twisting this or getting around this. Look at on page 11. On page 11, I'll put the PDF to both all these books in the description box. And we can show where the doctrine changed at. And some could venture to say, now I don't know if any of the elders are watching, but any of the elders, can you tell me when, somebody said, why lie about Joel's room? I was in there. They talked not necessarily Joel, but other people talked all manner of evil against us in Joel's room. Come on, man. 300 people heard it. So anyway, if there's an elder in here, can somebody tell me when General Yohana came into power? When did General Yohana came into power? Because we have another book from the mid-90s. Rob said, no, they didn't. Okay. All right. Well, all you guys got to do is go play the replays and let you guys be the judge. Somebody tell me when Yohana came into power. Rob said, no, they didn't. Okay. All right. Well, all you guys got to do is go play the replays and let you guys be the judge. Somebody tell me when Yohana came into power. Look at Rob lying. Rob, he will be your friend one day, your enemy the next day. Rob, they said he sold out for money. So, Rob, you didn't hear that we sold out for money? Come on, dude. This is why I don't deal with double talking snakes. That's crazy because we have a book from 1995 to show when the doctrine changed.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
When the doctrine changed, it went from Romans 10 and 9. Look at this. Romans 10 and 9. Look what this, on Marks of a Lost Race, page 11. Look at this. We find in Romans 10 and 9, Paul speaking to the natural Gentiles. He didn't say Israelite Gentiles. He said natural Gentiles. First of all, he's saying Paul is writing to some Gentiles. When he said, if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Joshua, and shalt believe in thine heart that God has raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. Put a bomb in the chat. Put a bomb in the chat. Drop a bomb in the chat that who we believe to be John the Baptist and Elijah taught Gentile salvation to the 7 who then started ISUPK, and I'm going to show you them teaching the same thing.
So what are we teaching? Back to the battle again. What are we teaching? We're teaching that the Negroes, Western and Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Mexicans, Indians in America are the Israelites, are the real Jews. Now I'm going to ask you, what are you Negroes in America teaching? We're teaching that the Negroes in this country are the real Jews. What are you Negroes in America teaching? What are you teaching? What are all you different rap groups teaching? What are all your ministers and your preachers teaching? Because in the Bible, it tells you that the Negroes are the real Jews. So I want to know, where did you black Afro-American teachers, and where did you other black people that's teaching knowledge in America, where in the hell did you get your knowledge from, man? Because this Bible is the records of all mankind. The scripture says they speak not according to this book, and according to the testimonies, and according to the law, there's no truth in them. In other words, what are we saying? You so-called Negroes in New York, your history is found in the Bible. Let me ask you a question. You've been asking us, what should we do? I'm going to ask you one question before I give you the answer. Where is the devil at on the planet Earth? Can anybody tell me? Is he he's right here? Well, could you point some of them out for me, please? The white man? Oh, you said a white man. Let me go to this section over here. In this section over here, could you tell us where the devil is in America, please? Oh, you said a white man. Let me go to this section over here. In this section over here, could you tell us where the devil is in America, please? Where you at? Yeah, I want you to hear you all say it together. Where you at?
Right behind us.
Oh, right behind us, okay? So why are you young black dudes getting tripped up in the game the white man is running on you every day? We're going to college looking at the white man. Looking at the and so here's somebody, when the white man done destroyed the earth, the water, the food, then they got a nerve to have Earth Day. Can anybody give me the remedy to the problem of Earth Day? Let's deal with that. Destroy you. The way you get rid of Earth Day is destroy the so-called white man industry and economic system that's poison the damn place, okay? That's how you get rid of Earth Day, okay?
Here's what the Holy Bible says the remedy is for Earth Day. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and should destroy them which destroyed the earth.
And where they at? Point the finger at the white man that destroyed this earth.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you elders, you brethren, you fellow believers of this truth. Shalom to you, sisters, sincere brethren and sisters that support the truth. Shalom to the elect. So I took the time to go look at this book, right? From what I saw in the history, I wasn't in One West. I've never seen them teach the natural Gentiles can make it. But this is what I found out about this book, because I just want to jump into that real quick. It says we find that Romans 10:9, Paul speaking to the natural Gentiles when he said, if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Joshua. So what I did is I went to Amazon. It did say that, but I went to Amazon, found out a couple things. This book technically, well, let me go to Google first. The book Marks of the Lost Race was written in the 1940s, but was rediscovered by the public around October 2023. The book, originally written by Abba Bivens, was only recently brought into public's attention when it was published online as a scanned PDF in 2003. So now everything that we know about this man, Esau, all of a sudden, when we're going hard on Christians and Esau and his system, now all of a sudden, this unpublished book, after all these years from the 1940s, resurfaced. Yeah, this sounds like what the Bible Destruction Group has done. There's no way we could hold any of this credible. There's no way. I mean, come on, 1940s? I mean, what are we talking about, 70 years or so ago? I mean, damn. This is a long time for this book to all of a sudden be hidden. And then they rediscovered, as I did further research, they found it in some college, here we go, Northwestern University library. And now it comes out? Yeah, that's crazy. Let's go to Amazon and see what it says. For the better part of 40 years, the identity and legacy of Eber Benjamin Abba Bivens has been shrouded in mystery, largely by design. When people in the Hebrew Israelite community speak the name Abba Bivens, it is universally in the context of mystery man who established the ISBK. But what did Abba Bivens believe? What did he originally teach? A few years ago, it was discovered that Abba Bivens had written a book called Marks of the Lost Race in the 1940s, which, for the reason still questionable, had been buried and forgotten. It appeared that the book itself was never mass duplicated, thus possessing no ISBN, and the only known copy with the original property of Israel Tanakh School stamp on the back cover. Nobody else seen this book? Surely others had to see this book. I don't know. I wasn't back in that school. The elder apostles, ISBK, Bishop Nathaniel, they may have seen this book, but I've never heard of this book, right? Somehow found his way to the student library at Northwestern University. Can somebody say a plant? That's insane. And somehow these guys of the Genesis, after recreating the new doctrine and waking up to the fact that Gentiles can be saved, non-Israelite nations, the book surfaces. Was this planned? I mean, it's been so-called surfaced after 2 years. I mean, yeah. I mean, a few years ago. And somehow these guys was led on to the book. Who told them about this book? And how did they find out about it? None of us knew about this book. Yeah, it's some conspiracy going on. And then all of a sudden, it's so free that you can just pull it up on PDF. Esau is so smart in a sense, but so dumb, right? Here you can buy it for $12. But somehow, maybe because it was back then, I don't know. But somehow you can just freely read it on the PDF. And it'll tell you everything you need to know. Maybe somebody will read it and get and learn it and then find out that that wasn't all the way the truth. I mean, we know John 16 says, 13 or something like that says, I have yet many things to say to you now, but you can't bear them. Howbeit the Spirit of truth, the Spirit will guide you into all truth. So it's well known that there's certain things that you may have learned, and this may have been the catalyst, if this is true. This may have been a catalyst for us to carry on to doctrine and a further awakening. Because when you wake up, you're stumbling. You're not fully there. Anyway, I've never heard of this book. I've never heard of it being taught like that. I don't believe Abba Bivens wrote a book like that, you know. And if he did, somehow everything is popped up. How convenient that it just popped up all of a sudden. That's weird. Ezekiel 22 and 25. There is a conspiracy of her prophets in her midst, like a roaring lion tearing the prey. They have devoured lives. They have taken treasure and precious things. They have made many widows in the midst of her. Like, they're just like Esau, right? You can almost call these men Edomites. Right? They're Israelites, but they're united with Esau, meaning they do and promote what Esau pushes. So if Esau finds this book and say, yeah, push this book, you know, we got to try to cover this truth back up. You see what I'm saying? Because they know the truth is out. So what they're trying to do is corrupt it. So people who see the truth will say, well, if that was the case, what am I in this thing for anyway? I came in it to get at Esau. Now Esau can be saved. I don't want to do this no more. You know what I'm saying? This man claims that he's not a part of One West. Him and Brother Assad, who's also formerly One West. Let me say that. They're still teaching a branch of the One West to some degree. They're teaching your Hebrew Israelites, right? They're teaching the Lord's name. They're teaching some salvation. So they just twisted it, right? And this is what the scriptures say. Micah 3 and 11, right? Maybe I'll read another translation. Your rulers make decisions based on bribes, right? What is a bribe? We should all know what a bribe is. Basically, it says here, things stolen, a gift properly bit, a vagrant beggar. Okay, so it's got different definitions. a bribe, to steal, to take dishonestly, practice extortion, go begging. It's clear that these guys, they're young, and what they do is they go at them differently than they would have 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Each generation, they study the psyche of Jake and what they like. And now you have a time, now there's more amenities, there's more gifts. As Ecclesiastes 7 say, a gift destroyeth the heart. There's more things that you can get, right? So they probably said, take a look into your bank account. And they saw an extra $100K sitting in there. And if you push this thing on through, you're going to be set for life. Because these people don't really believe, right? Anyway, your priests teach God's laws only for a price. You prophets won't prophesy unless you are paid. See, these guys, they're selling books, Hebrew books. You gotta, when you go into their description, you gotta, let me see if I can find, I'm gonna come back, Lord's will. When you go in their descriptions, he said it was in a PDF in their descriptions. I don't see it, but maybe I'm just looking past it. It says, support the ministry, PayPal me, Deacon Sakari. But he says he's not a part of Sakari anymore, so I don't understand that. Maybe he just kept the name, right? Cash App, $ Genesis Hebrews, right? See, this is the thing. They got to keep the hustle. They got to keep it going. Just like a hype Christian church. Once you teach the same thing over and over, every week they got to come up with something new so the people can say, wow, these brothers are deep. 24/7 music streaming. Fire Clubhouse debates, which you got to pay for, I believe. YouTube Deacon Destruction Mode. Clubhouse debates. Support the ministry. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. And this is what the Bible is saying, you know. And the more you click on them, the more you get the views. Apostle Paul taught idol worship. See, this is what they've done. They are the new Bible destruction group. That's what they are. Let me go on down. Your prophets won't prophesy unless they're paid. Yet all you claim to depend on the Lord, no harm can come unto us, you say, for the Lord is here among us. You see, the Lord got all these guys in trick bags. They don't know what's going on, man. I mean, they do, to be honest. They've took the bag, you know, they've sold out. This is what the Lord Almighty says. Do not listen to what the prophets are prophesying to you. They fill you with false hopes, right? Telling everybody that they can be saved. They speak visions from their own mind, not from the mouth of the Lord. This is what they're speaking. They just made this shit up. And the crazy thing about it, how does somebody build such a platform coming out of the Sakari Israelites, build themselves a platform, and in this platform teach the lost sheep, and then when the lost sheep gets built up and they get a platform, then the Matthew 13, what does that say? Let me get that real quick. And this is what they come with. I believe it's in Matthew 13. Oh, maybe I can find it. This is what they do. They build it up. They get the hype, get all their people going. Okay? And then they come as a roaring lion. Okay? Let me go on down here. This is it, the 19th verse. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, the new people coming in, then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. So all that they learned, you cast it all away. You had a whole bunch of people who followed them, right? And there's a lot of a lot of brothers from them are now following GMS. I got quite a few comments about that. Yep, quite a few comments. They said, yeah, we see the truth in GMS. It's not us. We're not boasting on that. We're just out teaching. We're just doing a job. We boast righteously when we say we have the 100% truth. You know what I'm saying? Let's go here. 2 Peter 2 and 1. The dangers of false teachers. But there were also false prophets in Israel, just as there will be false teachers among you. They will cleverly teach destructive heresies and even deny the master who bought them. Right? In this way, they will bring sudden destruction on themselves. We've seen this with Comfy. We've seen this with a lot of these guys who've done this. See, you playing with the Lord. And these Edomites who giving you the money, they don't give a damn about you. You know, if they gave you like $50K just to bring more confusion, that's a win for them, right? And because of these teachers, the way of the truth will be slandered. In their greed, they will make up clever lies to get hold of your money, right? And this is why the deacon said, if I teach the Gentiles can be saved, I can get paid. I got a few witnesses that admitted that to me on the channel. And he even admitted it and had to bring it up because he knew he did that 8 Mile thing. He had, like with Eminem, he knew that it was coming out, so he brought it out himself, right? More psychops babble, right? But God condemned them long ago, and their destruction will not be delayed. For God did not spare even the angels who sinned. He threw them into hell. Yeah, we're in hell now. Well, you know, hell means the grave. So this goes to the scriptures, which says, what is that? When it talks about if I can't remember. Basically, judgment must begin at the house of the Lord, the house of Israel. If it first began with us, what shall it be to them that obey not the truth? Right? It says, in gloomy pits of darkness, where they are being held unto the day of judgment. And God did not spare the ancient world, right? Except for Noah and the others in his family. Noah warned the world of God's righteous judgment, right? And what is the second death? Fire. Man, we can read the rest, but I just wanted to make that clear. When we go to here, the University of Illinois is only available as a low-quality scanned PDF. With all the technology today, how can we even trust this? You know what I'm saying? So this is what got me right here when it says, has been shrouded in mystery, largely by design. But now that the awakening is happening, this book comes out. Now you're lying on a man that died in the truth. Yeah, this is what they do. This is what they did with Prince, right? This is what they do with Malcolm Jamal Warner. This is what they did with Whitney Houston. We see the pattern of these devils. Anyway, that's all I want to show.